Maybe this is just not the week.
Go ahead. It's recording.
Oh, we good?
Yeah.
Oh, yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your captain speaking, and we're back with another episode of the Heel Heat podcast. As always, I am joined by my boy ZTZ. What's going on, fam?
Hey, got some interesting news. Doing all right. Got a bad headache, so we're gonna try to keep this episode short. First, no news before you even get into Raw or SmackDown this week. There happens to be another podcast called Heel Heat Podcast.
Oh, truly?
Yeah, there's one that came out 3 years ago. So,
is it still going?
no, it's not going anymore.
Oh, bro, I'm co-opting that name.
I hope I don't get sued.
All right, I'll think of another name.
We'll figure it out, guys. We'll figure it out if we can or not.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can we call ourselves the Heat Heel Podcast?
How's that actually? Heat Heel. No, that sounds weird now though.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the news.
All right. Was that the only thing before I get into?
No, that was it. I just wanted to get your honest reaction on that.
I'm so bad, dude. I'm so bad. But anyway, boom. We're gonna try to breeze through this. You starting with Raw. First things first. Brock Lesnar was here for the first time in 5 billion years.
It's a miracle,
right? Cut that typical, I'm gonna beat that ass at WrestleMania, Seth Rollins, haha. Cut that typical promo. Drew McIntyre interrupts and then gets chair shotted by that boy, Seth Rollins, getting payback for what happened to Roman Reigns last week and setting up for their match that they're gonna have later.
Yep.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was interesting. It wasn't really anything crazy.
Yeah, it was good, but not it was good in the sense of Raw has a tendency to be trash at some points.
Yeah.
So it was good for especially building on what happened last week.
Yeah.
Next up, first match of the night, we've got Finn Balor and a mystery partner, they said, but it wasn't really much of a mystery, versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Mystery partner actually ended up being Braun Strowman, and Balor and Strowman get the dub over Lashley and Rush.
I was hoping it'd be Sami Zayn because I know he's cleared.
Yo, dude, same. Right? The moment he was like, yo, does this guy look familiar, Leo? And it was Braun Strowman, I was so mad because you didn't have to
Sammy.
Exactly. You didn't have to hype that. You didn't have to hype it for us.
Yeah.
But next moment on, ironically enough, the next moment on Raw was a moment of bliss with Elias. And Elias was talking about how he is going to have a performance at WrestleMania and he's going to beat up anybody that decides they want to interrupt. So I'm actually curious about who's going to interrupt Elias at WrestleMania. I hope
maybe he'll get the whole match. Maybe he'll get the whole time.
Maybe. But the No Way Jose's conga line interrupts him, leads to a match between Elias and No Way Jose. Elias wins.
Yes.
It was cool. Kurt Angle. He's fighting your favorite wrestler, Baron Corbin, at WrestleMania.
It's okay though, just because I know that it's not really Baron Corbin.
Fair. Kurt Angle also had a match against Chad Gable.
It was a good match. I like that match. Chad Gable was amazing.
Very good, very technical. It was a really good match. Angle did win by submission.
Yes.
So
Gable in a couple years is going to be a phenomenal wrestler.
Dude, I think in the way that they were setting Kalisto up as their top Hispanic wrestler, I think they're gonna set Gable up that way for Angle, since Angle's getting ready to retire.
No, yeah, Gable might as well take the spot as Angle. That Angle had.
Exactly. Let's see what we got next. All right, next segment we got Beth Phoenix and Natty facing off with the women's tag team champs. Beth Phoenix talking about coming out of retirement. How do you feel about that, real quick?
Yeah, it is what it is. Don't really care about it. I don't care about anything with the tag team titles, to be honest with you. I don't.
It be like that. It really do. But their conversation got a little bit heated, leads to a match between Sasha Banks and Natalya, and it became a no contest.
Yeah.
which is just kind of typical at this point. And I only say at this point because you don't want to give some good matchups, at least like from a singles perspective for like the tag team stuff.
Yeah.
Like if that's the route you're gonna go with, then save the good stuff for WrestleMania.
Of course.
All right. Next we have Ricochet versus Mr. Shanti himself.
I didn't even see that. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
I can imagine. I can imagine Jinder Mahal absolutely mopped the floor though with Ricochet. He did like some crazy 360s over the top rope, knocked him out. Ricochet's like a talentless loser compared to Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal is like the greatest WWE champion of all time. So I can imagine that's how it went. Maybe you could tell me how it went, but I probably don't know how it went.
Yeah, Ricochet beat him.
What?
So
Who is booking this? Why would you have Ricochet, a talented dude, very athletic, lovable, a face, beat Jinder Mahal?
Is this your heel turn? Is this what's happening right now?
This is ridiculous. I can't.
Oh my goodness.
Continue to tell me more.
I need to compose myself real quick.
Oh,
Ricochet beats him with the 630. Yo. Oh, stat, that's crazy. My man's out here was really just like Jinder Mahal, best WWE champion of all time.
All time, bro.
Yeah.
Better than AJ Styles. Better than John Cena. Better than Stone Cold.
We're moving on before I let you bait me. Better than AJ Styles, my ass. All right. Anyway, next was Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey versus Dana Brooke. Title match, bruh.
Yeah, we all knew how that was gonna turn out. It was like a 10-second fight.
That draw was
No
wildly quick.
No one.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say no one ever believed Dana Brooke even had like a chance of actually even touching Ronda.
Facts.
It was pretty. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was really cool, and I thought the whole storyline with her husband is actually getting pretty cool too.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. Like the match wasn't even the best part, like of that whole like segment.
It wasn't much for that.
Yeah, like I said, I agree with you that with her husband getting involved.
Yeah, it was cool
and stuff like that. It adds a new element to the story. So I wonder how he's gonna get involved at Mania.
It'd be cool. I bet like Becky's probably getting in his face because Becky's just been like on
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course. Next match, we got. I almost called this man Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews.
Poor Apollo.
Angles. I mean, he won. Poor Apollo. You right?
It's Baron's gonna give the loss, just so next week he can come out there, beat on poor Apollo, get all this heat, which guy already has, and then just like what's it called?
Word.
And then just beat poor Apollo. Like there was no point of giving this guy a win.
Yeah.
And I don't know why you would give him a win either way. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'll take what I can get because I love Apollo Crews. So
he's fine. He's whatever. Just a guy.
It'd be like that when you come up from NXT.
He was just a guy in NXT though too. He didn't have any character.
Bro, he had good matches though. Like the stuff.
That's great. That's great. But wrestling. WWE's are just great matches.
You're right. It's not just great matches.
It's about how you get there and how like these matches end up being good.
You're right.
I don't care about
the fact that Apollo Crews can have a good match with no build up like almost every time.
Yes, but they never put him in any storylines. He's just a dude that smiles and then comes out and
that's not his fault.
I understand that's not his fault, but you can't be saying I don't. The reason I don't like the guy is because I don't want to watch him. He's boring.
I would say some people would agree with you.
If
a lot of people.
If they gave him a push and they gave him a decent storyline, I'd be really invested in the guy because I know he's really talented. I'm not saying he's not talented. I really believe the guy could do all of it. I think a guy could be like the face.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're not saying he's talented.
I understand.
But anyway, we getting a little off topic. Next, we got Batista sitting in. He says his office in his house, but it's probably backstage. Somewhere.
It was weird. That whole promo was weird to me.
Yeah, dude. I was like, Batista, what are you?
Stop.
Why are you?
Just
Just
stop it.
stop, man.
They already gave you what you want.
Exactly. Why are you trying to goad them into giving you more things? Like you already got what you want.
Yeah.
Don't ruin Drax for me, dog. When I see him again in Guardians 3. Oh man, but it was all right. It was just the typical heel build up promo.
I guess I just expected more. He was just like, it stems back from all the way before the evolution and everything, and it was just like, just so weird. The way it ended was just so weird. It just, I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to be
Especially,
that. I don't know, because it kind of seemed like he was trying to get sympathy. Like it was one of those guys where like you're trying to feel like the bad guy, like you're trying to feel like sympathetic toward, like he has a reason and it makes sense as to why he's acting the way he does,
and
but
then
he
you
doesn't, and
remember,
it doesn't, and it's just
and,
like it
and
was just weird.
hold up, and then you remember that Triple H has never beaten him, so I don't know what he's bitching about.
I don't, yeah, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I preferred the first promo, and that's the one I'm gonna stay to. I'm not gonna remember this one.
of course, I barely remember this one happened. Like listen, at this point, as long as that match of Mania is good, like I don't really care.
It's gonna be a spot fest, and it's gonna be a fun match. It's fine.
It's gonna be a great spot fest. Spot fest, so good. The Young Bucks should be a part of it. I didn't say that. I didn't say that just now. Last match of the night: Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. It was really good. It was a really great
It was a
match
good match, yeah.
till my boy, the Architect, got distracted, and then he got hit with the Claymore.
Well, Brock Lesnar rarely ever does that. He rarely ever distracts people.
Exactly, but that's that low key slow build that you be talking about. Lesnar has never done that to an opponent, so you know that he's doing it to Seth now. Just like, yo, I might have to worry about this, man. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, from the Royal Rumble till this week, it's been kind of like boring. Not really. I don't even care about the Universal title. First of all, that title to me is dead. That title, I don't give a crap about that title. It's
No,
like it's
neither do I,
non-existent.
dog.
When it was, Roman had it for 2 months, and then it was back to Brock. Unfortunately, he had leukemia, so he had to relinquish it, which was understandable. But every time we see it, the only time it mattered was when Kevin Owens had it. The only time that fucking title mattered.
Word. I wouldn't even say his title run mattered. Like when he won it, that was like the best. That was like the high point of the title. Bring back the World Heavyweight title.
It's when like it's when Finn Balor won it for like a day, and like when Kevin Owens won it, which was mad surprising, and then Kevin Owens like carried that title and carried that brand to a whole nother level. That just because it's Brock Lesnar, just because it's Brock Lesnar, they think that the name alone is gonna get people talking. Like nobody cares about Brock Lesnar anymore. He's not nothing special. We know when he's gonna show up, when he's gonna leave. You know what match he's gonna have. Yes, he does have really good matches when he wants to.
That's why they're doing it. It's because they're trying to build up that like that dumb heel thing where it's like
he already has lots of heat, regardless. And then on top of it, I don't even think Seth Rollins is gonna win.
He might not.
I don't think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna hold it to SummerSlam, and then Roman's gonna beat him again.
That very well may be the case. That is a high possibility after all the things that we've seen.
So why should I care about this fucking belt?
I'm not saying you should.
I'm not. I don't. It's just like it boggles me. Like how a guy. It's like okay. I guess when Jericho left, had the Intercontinental Championship. Like they still had the world title there. Like the world title is still the most important thing. But here it is. Like nobody. Like no one thinks about the Universal title as the world title. First of all, it's an ugly belt. Still, 3 years later, it's still an ugly belt. Second of all, like it doesn't really get defended, and when it did get defended, like in 2017, a couple of times, like in a row, that's when it was really cool to watch. It's when it would have me invested. Now I just don't give a crap about it.
That's what happens when Brock Lesnar holds a belt that's only 3 years old.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible.
It's not like you could literally, like I don't even. It's not for me. It's not even like Lesnar. Like my issue isn't Lesnar at this point. Like you could. It's what you've done with the title.
Basically, like, yeah. I like Brock Lesnar.
You can put the title on whoever, but even if that person's a part timer, like I don't care. They put the title on Goldberg, and Goldberg still made that title important.
Yeah.
So it's like you have blown like 2 years worth of yo, this is our world title. Like this is the title. This is the world title. This is the title. This is the main thing of our flagship show. And like you could have hyped it. You could have more hyped fucking whoever has the title of like, yo, I don't need to defend it. Like
Listen,
whatever. Give me a good enough reason to be like, oh well, it doesn't matter that the title's not on Raw.
yeah,
But
there
instead,
is no
you just
title
do
on Raw, and a lot
yeah,
of these guys,
exactly. And they just do the same thing like every week
a lot of these guys fight
for
for
the 2
nothing.
years.
Like they're all fighting for nothing. Like at least when there's a top title, like you care about it. When there's
Word.
not, you don't care about it. Like I'm watching a show, and I'm like, yeah, these guys are feuding, which is cool, but like, is there like, if you win this feud, are you gonna go up? Are you gonna get a title shot? What's going on? No, it doesn't feel like that, and it's just Brock Lesnar himself is a cool guy. Like he has good matches when he wants to have them, but putting the title on him is so stupid. Because he's somebody who doesn't need the title. It's like Undertaker. The Undertaker never needed the title, right? You just knew the
And
Undertaker was like a real competitor.
I mean, back when he debuted, like the way we see the Undertaker now, yeah, but like not throughout his like.
But throughout his career, he's only held the title. Within the whole 20 years, what is it, 20? Like 27 years, I want to say,
Yeah,
that
he's
he's
held the
been
title like
5 times.
yeah, but you also have to understand that his shtick, like his thing that got him over, has nothing to do with him being a world champion. It
But that,
had everything to do with his streak at WrestleMania.
but that's no. At the beginning, it didn't. The streak didn't
At
become
the
a thing until
beginning,
the 2000s.
yeah, yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying.
but
But
listen,
like,
but Brock Lesnar's the same way. Brock Lesnar isn't somebody who needs the damn title. Brock Lesnar is a competitive UFC fighter who was a former heavyweight champion. He
you're
doesn't
right,
need the title.
he doesn't.
It's just, honestly, I know I was joking earlier, but realistically, I think Jinder Mahal's reign has been better than all of Brock Lesnar's reigns as champion.
Nah, dude, nah. Brock Lesnar's first reign as champion, so much better.
Well, I mean the Universal ones.
Amazing.
I'm talking about the Universal ones.
Oh yeah, better than all the Universal ones, hands down.
Yeah. Well, I
All
guess
right,
that's that. So
we got our cutting each other off, yelling at each other's venting rant Brock Lesnar shit out of the way. I hate Brock Lesnar. I don't hate him, but
I
still,
know I love Brock Lesnar. I really do. I love the guy. I think he's freaking awesome. I think he's a freak of nature. He's an
but
amazing athlete. He
they
is a
need to take the title off
smart
him.
businessman. I
Of
just hate that
course,
he has the title.
exactly.
It's the only thing I dislike about the dude.
That's what happens when you got that Vince McMahon ear, though. What
Exactly.
happens when you got that Vinnie Mac clout? But anyway, we've yelled about Brock Lesnar for far too long. So let's move on to the second show of the week, SmackDown. We starting off. Last week we had Shane getting his smack talk in. This week we had The Miz getting his smack talk in. By the way, this Miz John, best promo I think I've ever heard The Miz cut since that one time he was talking shit to Dolph Ziggler. Like, in my opinion, this is like the best. This might be the best Miz promo ever.
No, I highly disagree. I actually did not like it.
Oh, okay.
I
I mean, you're entitled to your wrong opinion, but you know.
I think his passion was there. I think his words were just like I couldn't really, like, I don't know. I understand what he's saying. It was just very generic. And
Well, I mean, when you turn babyface, you have to cut the babyface promo related to the program you're in.
yeah,
It just so happened this program has proven that The Miz has daddy issues.
that's all it's proven. It's proven that both of them have daddy issues.
Very, very true. Very, very true. But nevertheless, you know, it was for what the program is building to, like, it was good in my opinion. So
It was good. Yeah, it was good. I mean, the match is gonna be whatever, but
oh yeah. I just want Shane to like jump off a ladder and put Miz through the announce table.
oh god, no! I'm afraid that Shane at this point is gonna, like, his hernia is gonna. I don't even know if he still has it. He's a hernia or whatever. Something. His guy's gonna die eventually.
Oh yeah.
Something bad's gonna happen to this dude, and I really don't want to see it. I hope he lives a long, long life. But these things, like him putting his body through it, it really isn't worth it for a Shane McMahon match. True. It was a Jeff Hardy match. Oh yeah. But Shane McMahon, it's not really worth it.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see Jeff do something like that at his age. At this point, I mean, he will because he's Jeff Hardy. He don't
I
care.
love, I love,
But
I love that last
but
year he goes, "I'm done with the Swanton Bomb because it's like killing my back," which makes sense. He's been doing it for so many years, and then he does one on the apron against Shinsuke for the U.S. title.
just like, bro, stop.
Jeez,
Why do you do this to yourself, Jeff?
God, man, jeez,
uh,
save it for like once a year or whatever.
exactly. All right, so up next we have the Boston Hug Connection, Bailey and Sasha versus the Iconics. The Iconics called them out for a match last week, and they actually get the dub. And by them, I
Oh
mean the
God, I
Iconics.
really
And
wish they
I'm
would have.
so
I don't.
excited.
No,
I'm so excited.
God no.
I'm so excited. Listen. I'm ready, dude. I'm
No,
ready for the Iconics to win. I
no,
don't
God, they're
listen.
so bad. This match was so
Dog, they're
terrible.
so. Listen,
If this
it
matches to
might have
anything,
been
and they're
terrible.
good, and Sasha and Bailey are good, and
They
this,
are,
but this match was
but so.
god awful.
But my whole thing is yes, the match might not have been that good,
No,
but the
it was
fact of
awful.
all right, but the fact of the matter is, all four women in that ring can wrestle. The
No, they can't.
problem
The
is, yes,
Iconics
they
have
can,
proven to me multiple times that they cannot wrestle,
bro.
especially not on the main roster.
Listen. That's because they always get booked to lose. This is like the first match I've ever seen the Iconics win on SmackDown.
And they get one against the tag team titles. Doesn't that bring the titles down a lot?
Exactly, bro. Are you
Why
trying
not
to
build
tell?
them up?
Are you trying to tell me that of all the women tag teams that you can think of, like they're not a legitimate women's tag team?
And the idea they would be, but the way they've been perceived, they're not.
Yeah, dude, they are what they're. What is
I used to love them.
they're
I used to love them in NXT. I used to love them in NXT because they were
listen.
heels, but they were smart. Now they're just these whiny girls that just annoy me, and I want to turn off the TV. I was watching
Listen,
when I listen.
my
Listen,
guy.
hold on.
They are no. They are. What was boy's name? They're Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov, the tag team, but just women in the women's tag team division.
That's not a good
Like
comparison. That's not a good way
that's
for
a
you to tell me that
great
they should be
comparison.
champions.
That team was good for what they were and what they were supposed to do and what they were supposed to bring.
And were they
to
tag
the
team
division.
titles? And did they win the tag team titles?
Yes, they did.
But this is the Raw women. I mean, not the Raw. This is the women's tag team titles that they brought back, and this they wouldn't give it to them. Only in their second and their whatever their second title defense.
I'm not saying they're gonna give it to them. I'm saying this is cool to see them be built up because out of all of the women's tag teams, aside from Fire and Fury or whatever Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville's like team is, like they're the only legitimate women's tag team that I can see being a team. Sasha and Bailey. Sasha or Bailey is gonna turn on the other at some point.
Sasha's gonna turn on her. It's been planning for so long. But listen,
the reason
even though they are a tag team, they sucked.
a
Even if
lot
that
of
is their
tag
special
teams
team.
suck before you build them up. Rude and Gable sucked.
No. But I mean
team.
actual like not even chemistry because I think they're good together. It's that whole like they botch, they mess up cues, they mess up matches, and they're just not good in the ring, and it's hard to watch them.
I will give you that at some point from what that they've been on SmackDown. But you can make the same argument who have started out on the main roster and gotten exceedingly better and gotten good runs and gotten good opportunities. You can literally make that argument for like half of Raw and SmackDown's roster. So
I don't disagree with you, but there's also people that come up and they fail.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I'm saying is this is the first legitimate opportunity they might have to do something that doesn't involve them splitting up because they're great together, as you said, and seeing one of them become Shawn Michaels and the other one become Marty Jannetty. Like this is them as a unit is like the women's tag team division now. Like it's perfect that they came up around this time. So it's like
no, they didn't come up around this time. They came up like a year ago.
All right,
but they've been doing nothing.
They're still new. That's still fresh. They are not even in their sophomore year yet. So the fact that they are still relatively new, having come up and been on the main roster, not even a year, for the tag team division to come out. When it did, like this is a perfect
Okay,
opportunity
but don't insert them
to
now.
see.
Don't insert them now. You could have waited till after WrestleMania, like planted the seeds for this team. You could have had them beat some fucking jobbers.
Okay, they might not get a match at Mania. They might be the after Mania opponents. This might be setting the seeds.
We all know this is all leading up to WrestleMania. They got the win. Beth Phoenix and Natalya are like feuding with Sasha and Bayley, and then Tamina and Nia Jax are gonna come out here too. It's gonna be like a fatal 4-way for the tag team title, and we all know the Iconics are there just to take the pin.
All right, I'm gonna call it on a podcast right now. I bet you $50 that the Iconics don't take the pin in that match if they're even in it.
I will bet you $50.
All right, bet.
I will bet you $50.
Bet. I can't wait. I can't wait to take your money.
We'll see about that. If they're in the match.
Time out. You remember that one time last year we were like, bro, if Jinder Mahal wins, I forget what we bet.
Oh, it was for Okay, so here's a quick story time for WrestleMania for our viewers or listeners. So last year WrestleMania, me and the captain watched it at a friend's house and another friend, and it was the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. title, which was Rusev when Rusev was huge with Rusev Day. It was Jinder Mahal, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton. And when we all were joking because Bobby Roode came in as champion, and we really thought that Rusev was going to win. He was so huge. He should have won the match. Still, like I'm a little upset about that. So we were joking. We're like, if Jinder Mahal wins, we're gonna streak. And I like literally not 4 minutes later when Jinder Mahal gave him his finisher to Rusev. As soon as I saw the finisher, I started stripping. We ran the house.
Facts,
I was
dude.
so
It's like
mad.
We had a moment of clarity where we looked at each other like, no way.
I really couldn't believe it. And then he lost the next week, the week after.
Dude, I was like, what? How did this happen?
Why did they should have won?
Exactly. I agree, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, go on to the next thing. We went off for too
long. Kevin Owens show. Yay! They're trying to make the Kevin Owens show the highlight reel, and you know, I don't care.
I of all the hosts, I actually like Kevin Owens as the host. He did what he was supposed to do. He planted the seeds, and instead of it always just being these guys talking and then they end up fighting because one of them says something and that annoys the other one.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna give Kevin that because Kevin was just like in the way he was talking was just like, listen, bro, we all know why we're here. Just fight.
Yeah, he was antagonizing it. He was smart. He's like, all right, let me get out of here. So my show here is for to entertain the people and give them what they want. So I'm not upset.
Exactly.
The Kevin Owens show was good, but Becky and Charlotte, I've seen them go at it so many times now, and it's always the same ending. I'm just like, we cool off the storyline, and then the week before WrestleMania, make the storyline huge again.
So real talk. I thought that they were gonna do the reverse because we never see a host of a show like that purposely try to goad them into fighting. So I thought they would have been like, nah, G, I'm gonna beat her ass at WrestleMania. It's not worth beating her ass right now.
Yeah. Well, apparently not.
Then we got that. Then the second to last thing, we have Daniel Bryan cutting promos. Daniel Bryan calling Kofi Kingston B+ player, hitting him with that full circle, that 360 from a few years ago, WrestleMania 30. The New Day interrupt him because it's time for the gauntlet match. This gauntlet was kind of fire.
All their gauntlet matches are really good. Or not, I shouldn't say all of them. But the ones that are like for the main roster, for like the main guys, they're really good.
Yeah. Kofi looked so good. I liked when Rowan got himself disqualified to do more damage so that Kofi wouldn't win the gauntlet. It builds Daniel Bryan's fear of Kofi winning. And even though he got hit, he got beat up because Rowan had beat him up for Daniel Bryan to make him lose. It's just like, yo, so my boy's afraid of Kofi Kingston? Hey, yo, Kofi, you got to get this dub so you can beat him.
I mean, he did get all the W's. He did win
until the very end.
And I'm starting to get really annoyed with the whole thing. Where I understand it's great that you do that. It's great that you get these people angry because they get more invested in the story. But when it's the same, when this guy comes out, he goes, "Well, change of plans. You know what now? going to insert this guy in there. It's just like, why? Why?
Like I don't.
Why? It's this man.
It's
He does whatever the hell he wants. But I'm just like, okay, it's cool when he does it. Like when John Cena won the Elimination Chamber, and
yeah.
Edge came out for the first time with the Money in the Bank. That was awesome.
That was fire. That was
That was
sick.
awesome. But you did it with KO, which made no sense. You did it with Mustafa Ali. You did it with, and now you did it again with Daniel Bryan. It's like, dude, like, don't overdo it, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. The thing that gets me, and the thing that I think they're trying to go for, not so much lightning striking twice in a bottle since they did this with Daniel Bryan, but I think they're trying to, and it's not coming across that way, but I think they're trying to make this mean more because when you look at Daniel Bryan's feud and the thing he went through with the Authority, he never had a confrontation with Vince McMahon.
I guess not, but still, like,
Yeah, like
I mean,
so.
Triple H and Stephanie said they're not going to be healed anymore, so the only other person was Vince McMahon or Shane O'Mac, and Shane O'Mac's not
Yeah,
going to do it.
yeah, I feel that. I just think having Vince be the dude, especially since because Shane just turned heel, and Shane, he went on to say, at least on SmackDown last week, he's still running shit.
Yeah, but like people
So,
know that like
so
if someone doesn't believe in you, and you're not
yeah,
getting the opportunity that you deserve or need or whatever, it's Vince. So it makes more sense for Vince to do it.
exactly.
But it was a great match. It was
I
a really good
wholeheartedly
match.
agree. It was a great match. Kofi got to show why he is a top guy, and
Doing
he
top
did
guy
lose.
things.
So I will love to see where they try to take this. How Kofi is going to get his opportunity to fight at WrestleMania.
Yeah. So that was
And
SmackDown.
that was SmackDown, and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Quick side note: I watched NXT this week. The Fatal 5-Way match.
How
Pretty
was
good.
that?
It was good. Adam Cole will be facing Johnny Gargano for the NXT title. I see Johnny Gargano winning it.
Nah. Well,
I
maybe.
mean, unless he goes to the main roster, but either way, like we won't know that. So
I mean,
I have my money on Johnny.
I think Adam's gonna win. I think
I think
Adam
it'd be
Cole's gonna
awesome
win.
for Adam Cole to win.
Yeah.
But so I have the main card here for NXT Takeover.
Okay.
The main card will be one of the matches will be for the WWE United Kingdom match. It'll be Pete Dunne versus
Yes.
Walter.
Oh, let's go.
Kind of expect that. That match is going to be amazing, and I don't know who's gonna win, but I wouldn't be upset if Pete Dunne lost
Yeah.
because I mean it'd be awesome. We have the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way match. We have the the current NXT Women's Champion. We have Shayna Baszler versus Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. I see Io
Uh,
Shirai winning it. My
good.
prediction. We have the NXT North American Championship match. We have NXT North American Champion Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle.
Riddle's gonna beat him.
I don't know.
I think Riddle's gonna beat him because I think Velveteen might come up
Maybe.
because I think they're gonna need someone to replace Ciampa again because Ciampa's on that injury reserve because he's getting surgery.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure what his Do you know what his recovery time is?
But they say it about a year, and I actually kind of believe that because it is a neck injury.
Yeah, so they probably want to bring someone of equal like popularity as Ciampa. So they might.
But then you
They
don't leave
might.
any. Then you leave like that whole like NXT roster dead.
I mean, they always do, and then they always make more NXT stars.
That's
So
true.
I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah. We have the NXT Tag Team Champions, the War Raiders, versus the winners of the Dusty Road Classic or Dusty Road Tag Team Classic.
Who is still?
It's the Forgotten Sons versus next week versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. I see Aleister Black and Ricochet winning it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, I do see them winning it, but at the same time, only because they've been on the main roster and they're trying to like move them up, I guess.
I don't
Trying
see
to get
them winning the title. Yeah, of course.
yeah, but they might win the. But also to the credit, if you're moving them up, then you want to build more of your like NXT talent. So I
I
can
think
see either of them winning.
I think what they should do is like, yeah, they bring people up, but they, like what people have been saying for a long time. You also bring people down that like, you know,
Yeah, like they did with Zack Ryder when he became a team with Mojo Rawley.
yeah, like just bring more people down. Like, there's not nothing to be ashamed of or anything.
Exactly.
And then we have the 2 out of 3 falls for the NXT Championship. We have Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano.
That should be good.
Should be a
That
fun
should be
match.
good. Is the United Kingdom title the only NXT UK title on the card?
Yes.
Damn. I would love to see. Are Drake and Gibson still the tag team champions? I haven't had the chance to watch NXT UK in a while.
I have not seen that in a long time.
Okay. So
Oh, and I have kind of a listing. And this is from Monday of how many matches there are for WrestleMania.
Isn't it a rumored like 17?
It's a rumor 17, but right now there's like 10 confirmed.
That's insane.
Yeah, I will not be watching the pre-show. We will not be covering the pre-show just because it is way too long, guys. But we will we'll obviously cover the main card. But
wait, is it 10 including the pre-show or just the main card?
no, including the pre-show. We still got like the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial, like
Okay.
all that stuff.
All right.
Yeah. But anything else you want to add?
Nah, G. Hopefully this, this episode will be up soon. So nothing else to add.
Nothing for me. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. All right, guys. Word. Thank you guys so much for listening. Today's date is is March 23rd, 2019. This is the episode. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back shortly. Hopefully not too much later. We're trying to get a whole schedule like better. So like not get these episodes so late. But thank you guys so much for listening. This is ETZ.
I am your captain signing off. And next week or next episode, we'll be back with a better name.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right, later. Peace.